Welcome back to our program, We Connect. We continue our discussion with Padma Shri Dr. Vijayanthi BALI. Now, before we took that break, I was talking about your very expressive eyes, and I was just wondering, are dancers taught to be this expressive, or does this just come from within you?
Well, eyes, talking about eyes are the most important, part of your face, and because that is the way you express with your eyes. That's very important. And I'm glad that God has given me good eyes, and everybody says expressive eyes, so I believe that. But when I dance, of course, the eye movement is so much.
It's most important, isn't it?
Most important is the eyes movement, yes.
Now,
because eyes only express everything, you know. They say eyes like fire, eyes like this, you know. So everything is depicted through the eyes.
Right. Now, you've danced all over the world, in the Opera House, at the Sorbonne. When you look back, which would you believe was the best kind of venue that you performed at, or that you danced at?
I feel, well, the best performance and the best opportunity I had was when I was invited to dance at the United Nations, when they celebrated their Women's Year.
Right.
Yeah, and that was way back in 1969, and after I just got married to Dr. Bali, so it was very lucky for me. Yeah. My first visit to States, and it was a grand performance because I represented my country there, and the president was from Senegal, and it was very beautiful, you know, the reps
the
from
setting itself.
The setting itself, and the representatives, you know, for all the different, say 130 countries or so, and I mean, dancing in front of them, and then when it was over, they all threw flowers, and they gave me a standing ovation. I think that was really great.
Great memory to have, Mrs. Bali, would you say? A great memory to have.
Great memories, yes.
Right.
And then, of course, I was invited to dance at the Sydney Opera House. I was the first Indian to perform there. And then I've danced in Paris at the Autumn Festival, the Alliance Francaise, and there's one instance where I danced at the Sorbonne University and in their chapelle, and it was for 3 days, and all 3 days it was so packed. People sat on the aisles, people sat on the floor, you know, and the ambience was so beautiful, and everything was so, you know, I mean, everything was like, you know, I mean, everything came alive, like, and the audience response, the reaction was so beautiful, so beautiful. And they wanted me to extend another day, so I danced for the 4th day. So I thought that was very beautiful, and it was a lovely experience.
Right. Such a glorious career indeed is what we're talking about here. What about dance as it exists today? From your pinnacle of success, or when you look at our present day dancers, do you think and do you believe that the future of Bharatanatyam is safe in our country?
Well, I can't speak for others, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm a strict follower of the pure art and try to keep it as traditional, and stick to the great adherence of the, you know, the masters that I have learned from. And I think today what I feel is, even to maintain that kind of, you know, what has come down to what I've learned, what is far more difficult than to get into all new, you know, trying to set a trend or trying to create something, or trying to innovate and do something of my own and make it a novelty for the sake of novelty. I don't think I believe in that kind of a thing. And I do present, thematic, you know, stories, and but still with the strict adherence to the classical, the traditional line which I follow. So I don't try to detour from that. So as much as I can try and stick to that kind of a beautiful framework, because everything is there already. It's nothing that you can do more than that, you know, except in the way that you present the art and bring newness in your presentation.
No interview could be complete without talking about the fact that you did move also into the film industry in Tamil Nadu, and as well as then in Bombay, in what's now known as Mumbai. Looking back, Was that something that gave you satisfaction? I know dance gave you more, but what about the movies?
I think in my time I made some very good movies and excellent producers and directors and co-stars. I didn't take too many films at a time. It was only one or maximum two films at a time, and concentrate on whatever I had to do, concentrate on the character, concentrate on my dialogue and rehearse them and be prepared to go on the sets.
And of course, so it brought you, sorry, but it did bring you 3 Best Actress awards.
Oh yes, I did. I did get
so you were good at that as well.
Best, I think for 5.
Yes,
I got the Filmfare Awards, yes. Then of course I got Lifetime Achievement Awards and things like that. But then I think they made good films in those days, and especially the music was so good and the lyrics were so good. And of course the dancing was so different.
And
in my time, dancing was, it was sort of a, touch the classical system as well as the folklore. We are very rich in our folklore too. So that sort of a happy blend was there. So it was not that, I mean, I have done 1 or 2 Western, kind of numbers also, but not the way it's being done today. Today it's much more westernized, and the influences come in a very big way.
You wouldn't be terribly happy if you had to do the new age kind of stuff in the movies today.
Oh, I'm so glad I left films at the best time of my life, best time of my career, when I was at the top. And that was the wisest decision that my husband and I made.
Yes, indeed. You just threw it all up when you got married and moved here to Chennai. What kind of prompted you to actually do that?
Because I believed that marriage, was something very sacred and to me, and I had to be a good, dutiful wife, take care of the household, and do my duty.
And then along came your son as well.
Yeah, of course. And but I did not give up dancing, because thanks to my husband, he said that I was very good at it, that I should continue. So probably his wishes are being followed. Even today I'm dancing.
Right. We're going to come back and talk about that part of your life and your political career, which I think was pretty good too. Time for us to take a very short break and reconnect, and we'll get right back with you.